Okay, let's play the Price is Right grocery style. You can see this probably all will fit in one bag. Here's what my husband and I are eating this week on our grocery budget of $80 a week.
You know, we could probably end the hunger crisis in the world, and also
extreme hunger when recovering from a restrictive eating disorder is normal. Let me explain.
I knew it was bad. I just didn't know it was this bad.
Groceries are getting more expensive by the day. It seems like every trip to the supermarket is a shock to the wallet. Today, we're diving into the world of rising food prices, and clips used in this video are from before the election and some are after the election, but it is too soon to say anything, but let's watch it. And yeah, one more thing, subscribe or economy will collapse.
Okay, I'm documenting the fact that I am here buying chicken. It is $10 for this at Market Basket. The one time a month I buy meat because I literally can't afford to buy meat. Every single package here is over $10 unless you get like a tiny little package for like $5. For 4 chicken breasts, $10 to $11. I don't even want to know. I'm not even halfway done. This is scary.
you know, we could probably end the hunger crisis in the world, and also specifically in America, if all the restaurants, instead of throwing away the food at the end of the night, just like we had a program where you take the food from the end of the night and, like, I don't know, put it in a storage container and like take it to a shelter. We could end the hunger crisis that way. Heck, people who, like, middle class individuals, you know, they could afford groceries if we did that. And before you come at me like, Sage, that's so unsanitary. Do you know how many people have touched your food? Like, think of a number. Add 2 more, okay? Once that food hits the line, the expo guy, he's got to investigate it. Oh my God, a French fry fell off the plate. Let me just pick up that French fry and throw it back on the plate with my hands. The hands that I've been using to, like, touch money, touch a door handle. Money's the most disgusting thing there is. So the next time a sanitary person's like, Sage, that's so, no, because no, just no. Or even the food that comes back from the floor, like, I might I'll set down a plate at the table and they're like, I didn't order that. I got mashed potatoes. Oh, okay, I'll just take it away. There's nothing wrong with that food. But according to, you know, restaurants, like, that's deemed unsanitary, can't resell it. And I understand the logic of it, but if nobody has touched this food, this perfectly good cheeseburger, instead of me throwing this away in the trash or letting some server just, like, we could give that to a starving person. Could you imagine? Like, that has to be a program that we can start, truly. Like, the internet, you guys, I see what you're doing. The Keith Lee effect is real. So certainly one restaurant can be like, okay, we're going to donate all of our food that we're going to throw away at the end of the night. We're going to donate that. Because you've seen the videos of, like, what is it? Dunkin' Donuts. They throw out all those donuts at the end of the night. If we weren't so money hungry, truly, like, could there be one day, just one day out of a month? Because I understand, you know, the cost of inventory. I get that. But, like, what if we just did one day out of a month where we took all of that food and we just donated it? But it's so crazy because, you know, money.
In American living in London, these are the biggest differences I've noticed at a UK grocery store part 2 Smart Shopper. You basically take one of these things out, you scan your item in the moment and put them in your own bag. There's so much trust in that. This has to be the craziest one. I never understood it. The bakery and pastries, a lot of them, it's not covered by anything. If you wanted to, you could legit just grab one by yourself and put it in a bag. The fact that these pastries are exposed to the elements always gross me out a bit, but you get used to it. The drinks, their sodas, hell, it's not radioactive like ours. Like, look how big the produce section is. It goes from here, it really does, and then all the way up here. It shows how much people in Europe or in the UK value their vegetables. We gotta touch upon the GOAT, which is Argos. It's like a mini Amazon. If there's anything you need, it's 90% in Argos. Come here. Let's say I need an Xbox controller, right? And show you exactly if it's in stock. And it's in the store, you can pick it up, but if it's not, you can wait a little bit and they'll ship it right to it. We need an Argos in the US. Look how many different peas they have, bro. That's just the pea section. Back home, there's no way we get that many peas. I ran to another fellow American shopping at the same, my local. So what is the weirdest thing for you at British grocery stores?
One of the strangest things, and I think you've talked about this before, is wash. Yeah, they're obsessed with
Yeah,
it.
it's a big syrup you mix with water.
The obsession with sausages.
Preach. I know it sounds weird, but the British loves them a good sausage, no diddy.
There's like a whole section just to, like, sausages.
Bro, British be watching this, man. Why you love sausage so much?
Have y'all seen the trend where people are posting their past grocery orders from a couple years ago and comparing it till now and looking at the inflation rate? This shit is crazy. Read this shit. My husband and I were talking last night about how a 12-pack of drinks is now $9 and how in 2020 I used to buy them 4 for $10. I decided to go back into my Walmart app and see what I was paying for a random grocery order. In January of 2020, I paid $70.20 for 30 items. I added all of them into the cart again and repurchased them today. Today, those 30 items were $165.42. That's a $95.22 price increase in 4 years' time. That's a 135.6% inflation percentage. We can't go on living like this. I can't be the only one who feels this way. You know what? No, you're not the only one. Matter of fact, I ordered some shit from Walmart the other day and spent $100. Let me show you what I got. Now, I probably should have laid everything out so y'all could see it, but as you can see, it's really not that much. All that shit cost me $113 at Walmart, of all places.
The cost of groceries in this country is getting out of hand, and the average family spends up to $438 every month on groceries alone. But in these top 10 cities with the highest grocery prices in 2023, you'll be paying a lot more. At number 10 is Miami, Florida, where you'll be paying about 21.8% higher for your eggs. At number 9 is Portland, Oregon, where you'll be paying about 28.2% more for your cheese. At number 8 is Seattle, Washington, where you'll be paying about 28.9% more for your saltine crackers. At number 7 is Anchorage, Alaska, where you'll be paying about 34.5% more for your cereal. At number 6 is San Francisco, California, where you'll be paying around 35.4% more for your bread. At number 5 is Oakland, California, where you'll be paying around 39.4% more for your chicken. At number 4 is New York City, where you'll be paying around 39.7% more for your Coke. At number 3 is Juneau, Alaska, where you'll be paying 50% more for your frozen pizzas. At number 2 is Kodiak, Alaska, where you'll be paying 51% more for your potato chips. At number 1 is Honolulu, Hawaii, where you'll be paying up to 69.4% for your milk, like this one. I just got done paying $1.99 right here in Illinois for a gallon of milk. But in Hawaii, this same gallon of milk would cost you almost $8.
I knew it was bad. I just didn't know it was this bad. I ran to the grocery store for my parents who are getting a little bit older and it's not as easy as it used to be. And I said, hey, I'll do it for you, no big deal to me. So I went to Publix, which I am an Aldi girl, and sometimes Walmart, not a huge fan, but yeah, so Aldi, and I get about the same things every single week. I know what my food costs are going to be. And so I'm in Publix and I literally started gasping at the prices. Gasping. Things that used to be like, I don't know, $1 are now $3. For example, just a regular old jar of spaghetti sauce, usually $1.25, $3.79. A case of the mini Dr. Peppers, ready for this? $8.49. What? Oh, here's a good one. You know those boxes of like chicken broth and everything that you get? That used to be 99 cents. Yeah, no, they were $3.85 for a box of chicken broth. $3.85. Oh, this is the one where I literally saw stars. I was so losing my mind. So I'm making this family recipe called hot fruit, right? In really super yummy, lots of butter and some canned fruits, right? It's just the right texture. So a small can of chunked pineapple, and I'm talking store brand, $2.85. Then for the store brand quartered pears, just a can of quartered pears, $2.45. Oh, but wait, don't order yet. The peaches were $3.29 for a regular size can, not the big can. No, just a little, little 10 ounce. I don't know how you guys are doing it. As I've said before, it's just me. And when you're yourself, you get in your little habits and you eat your healthy food and you don't think too much of it. My weekly grocery run, including my little bottle of wine, is about $42. So for this total today of $185.43 that will get them through the week. I don't know how you people with families are doing it. This is awful. Awful.
Now, Sudan is on the brink of becoming the world's largest hunger crisis in modern history. North Darfur's Zamzam camp, famine has already been confirmed, and 13 other areas are dangerously close to tipping into that same crisis. And these are the places hit hardest by the fighting, making it nearly impossible to deliver aid. Here's what's truly devastating. Over 25 million people, more than half of the population of Sudan, are acutely food insecure. Globally, Half of all people facing catastrophic levels of hunger are Sudanese.
Here's what my husband and I are eating this week on our grocery budget of $80 a week. This is for breakfast, lunch, and dinners. We always cook dinners and then eat the leftovers for lunches, and then I prep some breakfast items. I got bananas just to have on hand. I got ginger for a soup I'm making. Same with the jalapenos. Strawberries, we're gonna do strawberries and cream overnight oats, and then I'll just eat the rest in yogurt one day. Green beans, cucumber for chicken shawarma bowls, green onion and parsley. I'm actually making Wishbone Chicken's swamp soup with some chicken breast one night, so that's what a lot of these herbs are for. Half the bag of spinach will go to that as well, and then the other half will go to gnocchi Alfredo with spinach. Spaghetti squash, we're gonna do Whole30 spaghetti squash garlic noodles one night. I saw the recipe on Pinterest and that sounds really good. I re-upped on 10 pounds of potatoes, and I'm gonna make gnocchi with it. I'm gonna make sheet pan latkes for our savory breakfast meal prep. We'll also roast some with our Moroccan meatballs one night, and then I'll have plenty of leftovers for the next week. Mandarin oranges were on sale, so I bought a 3-pound bag, and then I'll also marinate pork in some of the juice from a couple of those, a bag of onions because I was out. These are for our fajitas one night. I'm making fudgy brownies, so I bought a dark chocolate bar. Black beans for the fajitas as well. I needed more avocado oil, so I picked up some for $6 at Aldi. This applesauce is to pair with the sheet pan latkes, and then the creamy Alfredo sauce again is for the gnocchi that I'm making with the spinach and potatoes. And then half a gallon of milk, yogurt for marinating the chicken in, and then just having on hand for a quick little breakfast snack. More butter because I needed it. Ground beef for the meatballs. Skirt steak, I actually wanted to get a cheaper cut of meat, so I could have done this for a little bit cheaper, but we're gonna do skirt steak for the fajitas. We're gonna slice it thin and grill it. I got 2 pounds of country style pork ribs for a mojo pork that I'm gonna serve over rice. I'm gonna marinate it with some spices and again, that mandarin orange juice. And then I'll either slow roast it in the oven or braise it. I haven't really decided yet. A family style pack of chicken breasts. I'm gonna use 1 or 2 of these to make Wishbone Kitchen's herby swamp soup. And then we'll use the other half to make chicken shawarma bowls. These are both excellent as leftovers. I like the shawarma bowls cold as leftovers for lunch. And then the soup is super easy to just reheat at work. And then eggs, partially because I'm making brownies. I'm gonna need 1 for the meatball. And it's just always nice to have a couple eggs on hand in case we don't like any of the other breakfast stuff we prepped. This all cost me $83.
Ever felt ravenous or just like uncontrollably hungry? Here's what I'm doing. You can try too. I accidentally let myself get to a 1 on the intuitive eating scale, which means that I'm ravenous. I'm so hungry. So there are 2 things that are going to help you in this situation. Number 1 is going to be eating really slowly. Like you normally would if you were at a logical level of hunger. By eating slowly, you'll be able to tell that comfortable level of fullness much better than if you scarf it down. And number 2 is self-talk. But your voice might be on a rampant, like you shouldn't have let yourself get here. I can't believe you did this. You might as well just like ruin the rest of the day and then you can start over tomorrow. But that voice doesn't need to be so rude. It happens. So think about how you would talk to a friend or how you would talk to a child. Ultimately know that you're going to be okay. It's really knowing. So if you like this and you want to keep learning, follow for more.
Extreme hunger when recovering from a restrictive eating disorder is normal. Let me explain why. And by the way, my name's Kate. I'm an intuitive eating body image dietitian, and my area of expertise is eating disorder recovery. If you have a restrictive eating disorder, your body is in a severe energy deficit. It's kind of like this. Imagine being financially in debt to someone $1 million, and you decide to pay them $100 of that $1 million. You wouldn't be surprised that they kept asking you for more and more and more money because of the large deficit that you still have to make up. Your body is working the same way. Even if you start to eat again and follow a meal plan and you're eating more than you have been, your body still has such a large deficit to make up that it's going to keep asking you for more and more and more. Even if you're physically full, you could still be desiring to eat more. This is your body healing. Your body is directing all of the energy you're now starting to give it to all of the healing processes that have to happen inside of your body. Your brain also has to heal from this restriction. It has to trust that it has unconditional permission and access to eat food. So my tips to cope with this are: number 1, understand why it's happening, which is what I just explained. Number 2, have a lot of compassion for yourself and understand that this is a temporary period. Extreme hunger will not last forever. And number 3, honor your hunger unconditionally. A reframe you could try is that honoring my hunger is helping me to heal. I hope this helps. Follow me for more eating disorder recovery tips.